It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, I'm sure starting the season at home would be their preference because these fans are not going to make it easy on them tonight. But their focus is still going to be on walking out of that building 1-0. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Here we go. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. And they're starting off the season against this Detroit team. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Winslow, Conley out there with Martin. Then it's Greg Monroe, and it's Green in at the power forward position. And it's Gallinari missing.
For Gallinari last season, it took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
Curry with him. Pass to Whiteside. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Whiteside, a screen on Martin. Redick with the 3. Can't hit. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Conley with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And it's Conley penetrating. Monroe wide open. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Monroe's got his first 2 points of the night. A slow start for Atlanta in this one. 6-point game. There's a screen. And here's Redick. Wide open look. Rebound by Greg Monroe.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Conley kicks to Martin. Now the feed to Monroe. Outside Conley. Green passes to Winslow. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago, got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
So he gets them both. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. They just had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Conley kicks to Monroe. And Whiteside sends it back. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses off the left iron.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win one of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team. And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the...
Conley's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 6. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now the pass to Fry. Rebounded by the Pistons.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Now Curry. Following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Fry, good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here is Conley. Screen by Monroe. Conley kicks to Martin. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And that one's good.
And something we don't see nearly as much as we used to, the finger roll.
Here is Conley. Screen by Monroe. Now here's Conley. And it's Martin penetrating. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Feeds it to Curry. Passes it to Gallinari. Launches a 3. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's Conley. Plays it up and banks it in. Conley's got his second basket of the game.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Dishes it to Green. Monroe sets a screen for Green. The shot misses. The Hawks trailing. And Gallinari kicks to Curry. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. In the corner, it's Martin. To the inside, here's Monroe. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And it's Whiteside off the drive. That's good. Whiteside's got his first points in this one.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Curry with the steal. Kicks it to Fry. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Well, for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. To the paint. Redick dishes to Curry. Down low, got a piece of it. Stolen by Monroe. And now the Pistons fast break. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the dunk by Winslow.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo at Michigan State saying those exact things, and he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
So for the Hawks, Bogdanovich is checked in for Fry. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.J. Redick. Detroit also making some changes. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Doug McDermott comes in for Winslow. And Barea subbed in for Mike Conley.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
And he gets it to go.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now, here's Barea. Monroe, right side. That's a 2 from Martin. Hits the front of the rim and out. Stolen by Monroe. He feeds it to McDermott. Buries the jumper to finish the break. McDermott's got his first basket of the night. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 5th assist in this one. The Pistons leading. Now Barea. Out to the wing. The Pistons working the ball around now. There's a screen by Robinson. Monroe, no good.
Defense with a really good job of choking off the middle there. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now, here's Barea. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pulls up. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Whiteside kicks to Bogdanovich. Here's Dellavedova, covered by Martin. Martin with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch base saved by Martin. So for the Hawks, Henry Sims is checked in for Whiteside. Mirotic comes in for Gallinari. And it's Powell in for Curry. Here's Powell. Clock at 6. Dellavedova. Barea pulls it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The drive by Monroe. Drills the baseline jumper. And now it's a 3-point Piston lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Here's Sims. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. With the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
Hard to shoot the ball any better than they did. I mean, they weren't the best in the league, but, man, they were right there.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And that one falls for Sims. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
You can see the emphasis is to get out and run.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Pistons leading by 4. Berea with it. Takes a three. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Here's Powell. Covered by Martin. Stolen by Henson. And they're pushing it up. Here's Powell. Quiet so far offensively. Searching for his first points of the game. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Plenty of space. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Detroit's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Berea, the pass to Martin. And here's Berea. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Berea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
A great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
The Pistons making a change here. Lights checked in. And both free throws good for Berea.
For me, my favorite memory of Berea is outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Berea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
Here's Dellavedova. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And that one goes long. Pistons leading by 4. Berea kicks to Henson. Rebound, Atlanta.
And getting back to Berea's contributions against the Lakers back in 11, Berea led a fourth-quarter comeback in Game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Berea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Berea helped the Mavs go on to win their only championship.
35 seconds left in the first. To the middle, here's McDermott.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
And McDermott drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Powell kicks to Dellavedova. Here's Mirotic. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Mirotic. Pistons leading by 3. Now here's Berea. Pass to Henson. From the top of the key. Powell pulls it in. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Pistons on top, up 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Green. J.J. Barea is out there with Conley. Then it's Terrell Wright, and it's Henson in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here is Conley. The dish to Barea. He kicks to Henson. The Pistons working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Over to the wing. Conley drops one in from the wing. Now it's a 7-point Detroit lead. The Hawks shooting about 40. % so far. It's Curry with the drive. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting the Hawks 71%. 5 for 7. Conley against Curry. Mike Conley again. Conley's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
The offensive rebound, and Green gets it to go.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Redick. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Curry, and Fry has it in the corner. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
For Powell. Then for the Pistons, Monroe's checked in for John Henson. Winslow comes in for Wright, and Ian Clark subbed in for J.J. Barea. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Fry was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Curry with a wide open look. Another three for Atlanta.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
And stolen by Whiteside. And the wide open shot from Redick. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Gallinari inside the three-point line, and he misses the go-ahead basket. Three-pointer, and that one's good by Clark. Clark's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Hawks trail by 4. Curry dishes to Fry. They set the pick. Back to Gallinari. Pulls up, high post, offensive rebound. And it's good. Walk through contact, gets the shot, he'll go to the free throw line.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And Green gets it to go. Atlanta's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Whiteside a screen. Curry kicks to Whiteside. 6 to shoot. Redick with the 3. Atlanta gets it back. There's a good screen. Gallinari wide open. And it's Gallinari again missing.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Conley into the lane. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Look at Curry, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic. And, of course, J.J. Redick doing just as much. Also absolutely fantastic from the free throw line.
And how about the work both of them put in from the foul line? Just such a consistent, dependable performance from both.
Shoots the 3. Whiteside, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Tell you what, they're going to have to do a better job of boxing this fella out than that.
No one between him and the hoop. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, and you don't want to be giving up guys putback slams. That's not the kind of play that can build confidence.
Now here's Curry. 14 points for him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Robinson's checked in for Detroit. Martin comes in for Ian Clark. To the wing on the left. He's got space. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Pistons have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Here's Winslow. Gallinari with the rebound. The Hawks trailing. Around. And Bogdanovich kicks to Curry. Gallinari with the screen for Curry. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job on the inside.
And it's Green missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way.
Here's Bogdanovich. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's Curry outside. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
That one's in there. The Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Mike Conley. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Gallinari, a screen on Conley. Curry passes to Gallinari. Shoots from 14, and no good. Trying to use the glass.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Conley dishes to Robinson. The shot is off. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Curry kicks to Redick. Back to Curry. That's good. Curry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
And here's a little-known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
That evens the score. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now, here's Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing. Now here's McDermott. Gallinari covering. Now McDermott. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Dellavedova kicks to Bogdanovic. Puts up a 3. And good on the basket. Book it. And the Hawks lead by 3.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give you.
Outside for Martin. He dishes it to Robinson. Puts up the baby hook, and it falls over the rim and in. Robinson's got his first basket of the night. Here's Dellavedova. Mirotic the screen. Dellavedova kicks to Mirotic, and the shot is good. Mirotic has got 5 now.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Dellavedova, covered by Martin. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. McDermott with it. He's got 6. Pass to Barea. Wide open. And Detroit again with the bucket. Atlanta's gone 4-7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. So here's Gallinari. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Draymond Green. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
Detroit also making some changes. John Henson's checked in for Thomas Robinson. Wright comes in for Draymond Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Martin. There's a minute left in the first half. The Pistons trailing. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division. 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
Here's Sims following the score by John Henson. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of the game. Dellavedova kicks to Sims. Clock at 6. The feed to Powell. Shoots a fader, and that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 1. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Puts up the baby hook, and it's finished off inside by Henson. Henson's got 6 points in the quarter. Out left to the wing from outside the arc. They get it back. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close.
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry, and Steph, Coach made a point of stating how important the physical presence would be in this game. How important is that going to be for the team in the second half?
That's a big deal. I mean, just being physical and, make the right plays, and then hopefully put ourselves in good position to win.
You've got to match that opponent's intensity, Steph. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At one point, they managed to push out ahead to an 8-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, they need to be much more aggressive on offense. Try to get to the foul line more. It's called a charity strike for a reason. They haven't shown they want it. Everybody wants charity. Me too. I like charity. If they don't get more aggressive, they might have a hard time in the second half.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And, guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for Atlanta, Whiteside is out there with Channing Frye. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Curry. And it's Gallinari in at the small forward position. Here's Conley following the three by Atlanta. And that one comes up a bit short. Conley against Redick. Outside Curry. The pass to Fry. And Redick kicks to Curry. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Whiteside, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there. Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Atlanta's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. They double-team Curry. Gallinari, the open look. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Conley against Curry. Conley, the pass to Martin. Monroe, left side. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Pistons trail by 4. Conley into the lane. Outside, Green feeds it to Monroe. Puts up the baby hook. That one's off. He's made 5 and missed 3 now.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Passes it to Gallinari. The 3. Another 3 for Atlanta. We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
The Hawks leading by 5. Atlanta calls timeout. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
In the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. Seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
Has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Whiteside. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Hawks leading by 5.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Curry dishes to Redick. Gallinari with the screen for Redick. Trying to find Gallinari and gets it to him. Curry gets the bucket.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Dishes to Fry from past the arc. Here's Whiteside. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Hawks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
They recover it. They get the rebound.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. 14 rebounds and the 1 steal. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down 100% from the floor.
And Clark, I just love the supreme focus with which he's playing.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
Now, here's Fry. Whiteside Curry. Rebound, Detroit. Green's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Winslow, and Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Conley up top, guarded by Curry. Conley against Curry. Fires from the line. Another miss by Conley. The Hawks leading by 7. Let's go. Curry, good. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Conley kicks to Green. Puts up the baby hook. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Green's got 8 points.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Curry passes to Redick. Fry dishes to Redick. Steps back and shoots. And Henson pulls it down.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Curry. He's got 25. They set the pick. Now here's Redick. He's covered closely for the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Green's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Conley gets the bucket.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Curry kicks to Fry. And here is Curry. He feeds it to Gallinari. Right side a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Gallinari passes to Whiteside. Atlanta again missing. Pistons trailed by 3. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Curry kicks to Whiteside. Conley against Redick. Plays it up and banks it in. Redick's got 8 points in the quarter.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume, it's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And a different look here for the Pistons. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Henson. McDermott comes in for Draymond Green. White, he's checked in for Winslow. And Barea subbed in for Ian Clark. Now, here is Robinson. And off the glass, that one's good. Robinson's got his second basket. And for Redick, he knew what his NBA career would be like. Way back in 2005, Clark, I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star. I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball, and J.J. knew it as well.
Pistons trail by 5. Here's Barea, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Barea's got 8 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change, and Wright pulls it down. Pulls from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the back end.
Mirotic gets the bucket. Pistons trail by 3. Now here's Barea. 8 points for him. There's a screen by Robinson. Now here's McDermott, covered by Mirotic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Robinson up and in on the layup. Robinson's got 8 points.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Dellavedova kicks to Sims. 1:30 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Powell. Hawks passing it around. Sims dishes to Dellavedova. Goes up on the wing. No up. And the Pistons now going the other way. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Conley. And 11 points for Doug McDermott.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, last season the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And the Hawks making a change here. Price checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Monroe comes in for Robinson. And it's Martin in for Mike Conley. And both free throws good for Barea.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Powell. The three-pointer no good. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
The Hawks trail by 5. Now Mirotic, 11 points in the game. Kicks to Dellavedova. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the third. Pistons ahead. They're up by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Hawks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Winslow is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then there's Martin. And it's Monroe in at the 5, home in the paint. Martin wide open. He fires. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Powell. The dish to Dellavedova. Right side a screen. Dellavedova, the pass to Whiteside. 4 seconds left. Green with the block. Now here's Barea, guarded by Curry. Barea, no good. The Hawks trail by 7. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Curry. Banked in off the glass. Curry's got 27 points.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter. Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
Hawks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. He kicks it to Whiteside. There's a screen. Here's Dellavedova, covered by Martin. Lets the 3 fly. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Powell.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Winslow wide open. He fires off the left rim and out. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And Curry, here we go, misses from short range.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Green, the screen. Left side, Martin. Curry with the steal. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. And now just a 2-point Piston lead. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Correa, no good. The Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Dellavedova kicks to Fry. Pass to Dellavedova. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Curry. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And that's now 30 points for Steph Curry. They're struggling to keep up.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty.
Green dishes to Monroe. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Hassan Whiteside. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Atlanta. Redick comes in from Matthew Dellavedova. Mike Conley's checked in for the Pistons.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Now, here is Gallinari. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound tonight. There's Green, plenty of space, and some very quick points for him on that possession. And the Pistons lead by 4. The Hawks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
And here is Curry following Kevin Martin's 3 and the jam by Whiteside.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Green, no luck. The Hawks trail by 5. There's the screen. The feed to Gallinari. Sinks the three-pointer.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Conley with the 3. Rebound by the Hawks.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Martin attacking. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Curry passes to Redick. And Fry kicks to Gallinari. The Hawks working the ball around. Redick for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Green's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Conley against Curry. There's Green with the 3. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on. Check out the game for Fry. He has 9 rebounds and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And both free throws good for Fry.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up neat was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team, while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And stolen by Whiteside. Ball's knocked loose. The Hawks trail by 3.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Barea with it. Green with a screen on Curry. Barea dishes to Green. Good, it's Barea who picks up the assist. And that's 15 points for Draymond Green.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime. And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Atlanta calls timeout. Martin's checked in for Ian Clark. Right side a screen. They set the screen. Here's Gallinari. And it's good. Gallinari's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Barea kicks to Henson to the right side. Puts up the baby hook. And Detroit again with the bucket. The Hawks trail by 3. Curry passes to Fry. Right side a screen. The pass to Reddick. And here is Green. Henson with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. McDermott kicks to Barea. Henson, a screen on Curry. Off the screen. And Henson with the bucket on the assist by Barea. Barea's got 6 assists here tonight. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's the screen. Reddick dishes to Fry. Outside Curry. And Reddick now top the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Pistons leading by 5. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Here's Curry, following the score by John Henson. Right side a screen. Reddick inside the line. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
McDermott can't get it to go.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
They get a hand on it. Here's Whiteside. Green with the rebound. Detroit's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Lets it go from 11. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. They need this one. Here's Whiteside. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
That's good. And now just a 3-point Piston lead.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Here's Barea. Dishes it to Henson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Nice numbers from Henson. He has 12 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Winslow's checked in for Detroit. And the second free throw, good. Now here's Redick. Right side a screen. It's Curry with the drive. Gallinari inside the three-point line. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Gallinari's got 9 points now in the quarter.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now here's Barea. He dishes it to Henson. And it's blocked by Whiteside. 1:31 left in the fourth. Here's Gallinari. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Henson's shot is off.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Detroit making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first. Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 107 left in the fourth quarter. Different look here for Detroit. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Windsor. And it's Mike Conley in for Martin. .107 left to play in the final quarter. And Curry, here we go.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He's got 30 points and 16 assists.
He's just been impossible to contain. He's been unreal in this game.
Utterly fantastic is how I would categorize that performance, Greg.
And both free throws good for Curry.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
And it's Conley penetrating. Gallinari against Green. Curry kicks to Gallinari to take the lead. Here's Whiteside. Money!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
And it's Monroe at the elbow. Gallinari with the steal. Curry passes to Redick. Curry kicks to Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
They do have a foul to give here.
You might see them use it at some point.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're losing by 1. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Reddick pulls it up. Oh, missed it. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's
there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a three-point attempt.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. 3 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
They need a 3 to tie. They have enough time here to get a good look if they play their cards right. We'll see how they do.
Back to Curry for the tie. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Draymond Green. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
Well, his rebounding was a story for me tonight, guys. He couldn't have been any more ferocious on the boards. This game would have had a much different feel if he wasn't controlling the glass like that.
Draymond Green wins games for you. It's just that simple. The energy, the intensity that he brought onto the floor tonight is incredible. Defensively, he's one of the few guys in the league that can guard all 5 positions. That alone makes Draymond Green a unique and special talent.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal,